was an awesome trial. Fantastic. The teenagers realized in Goa. Suresh, I guess you forgot to mention Penny. Yeah. Right. So now let's move on to the third speaker. Before I call upon the third speaker, let me invite Toastmaster Anil to read out the speaker's objectives.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today my target speaker is giving a level 1 project 3 speech from the part presentation mastery. The project is using vocal variety and body language, not local variety as is printed in the agenda. So the purpose of this speech is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. With that, all the best to my target speaker and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Anil. So I don't think that was a typo error in the agenda. Probably it may be yet another rebus quiz. Right. So our next speaker is going to be Toastmaster Suganya, who is a HR professional. She is so passionate about gardening, then dancing. So in fact, in our last virtual meeting, she enthralled us with her dance performance. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Suganya. The lasting change. Last change or last?
Lasting change.
Lasting change. Toastmaster Suganya.
One less bad, one lasting change. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So what comes into your mind when you hear the line? Any guesses? One less bad, lasting change.
University of Life.
Okay, anything else? What comes into your mind? Cool. So it's about plastics, the everyday plastics that we use. It's not a plastic pandemic, I would call, rather a global conundrum. So every day, consciously, unconsciously, we use a lot of plastics in our day-to-day lives, right? So that would end up in a very ugly state. Like our oceans are filled with a lot of garbage, especially plastics, which is not good for our mother planet, right? So I would take you to a story. This is like, any incident, any change that you have in you has some backstory to it, right? So when I was in college, randomly you would be checking videos on YouTube, like scrolling social media, all fine. So one day came where I saw this rescue of a turtle. So the rescuers were trying to pull a plastic straw from the nostrils of the turtle. It was like 2-minute video, but it had a very lasting impact on me and also on my lifestyle and the way I see plastic. So the rescuer was trying to pull that, the straw that struck into the nostrils of the turtle very hardly, pushing harder, but it was not, he couldn't succeed at the first instance. What happened next was he put a lot of pressure and he tried removing it, and what followed was the gushing of blood from the nostrils of the turtle, and that changed the entire world for me. From there on, I've been actively participating in a lot of environmental related campaigns, and so whenever there is a beach cleaning activity in Marina or Besant Nagar, I would be the first person. As the whole college knows, Suganya will be volunteering for such activities. So I would ensure that I be part of activities like beach cleaning or going for a campaign and making that lasting impact. So that's how it all started. And you may ask me now, you talk a lot about plastic, the change in attitude and all that. What do you actually do? I'm a very conscious user of plastics. So even when it comes to ordering food on Zomato or Swiggy, I think twice before doing it. Is it the food that I crave for, or it's about the plastics? Because you have hell lot of dabbas coming your way when you order even a food for two people, right? So I don't want that. So I always make a conscious decision. I always prefer to go out and have it at the restaurant. Even if it is a takeaway order, I take dabbas from home, the steel tiffin boxes from home. And wherever I go, I carry my water bottle with me. I always reduce buying a water bottle outside, a plastic water bottle, unless and until it is very essential, a dire need, as in like where I'm dying. Only that time I prefer to have a, buy a packaged water bottle from outside. Otherwise, it's always like you can see me carrying my water bottle. Durga should also be aware, like we went to Tiruvannamalai Girivalam, walking miles barefoot. Even then, like, I carried this bottle, taking that 14-kilometer walk. So it's all like, small things that makes a rippling effect is what I personally feel. So there is this vendor, tender coconut vendor. He always gives out a plastic straw. So I would say, Anna, this is not good. I'll give him some lecture, show the videos and all that. Some people get convinced, some people don't. So the next day, I have had this practice of every day going to this place and having my tender coconut. 2-3 days I saw and there was no change in the attitude. I said Anna, if you're not, you stop using the plastic straws, I'm not coming to your shop anymore. He said, Amma, this is what all people prefer and only for you I can't be get rid of all the plastic straws. So it's okay, cool, I changed the vendor and the next vendor, he was at least being mindful of what I say. Along with the plastic straws, whoever the customer wants that, right? He also had paper straws. So that was the change, we'll have to try bring into the society. It's not always about, we may ask questions like, hey, this is going to be a small change, how does it even matter? That small thing can have a big impact in not only in our lives, but the whole world, right? When it comes to plastic usage. So I'm not an environmental saint. It's just that I be very conscious about the plastic usage. I feel it would be a memorable and a milestone achievement for me if 1% in this room, takes this away and start practicing being very conscious about the plastic. So one less bag, one lasting change. I'm sure people would come to me and discuss about the stories of reducing the plastics in the coming days. With that, thank you so much for the opportunity.